The topic of today's session is Conversion API Gateway versus Server-Side GTM. What to use, why, and when. So who's actually talking today? My name is Serge. I'm an account manager here at Stape, and I will let Dennis and Florian introduce themselves.
Yeah, I am CEO of Stape and founder. So usually I am responsible for technical stuff at Stape.
And yeah, hi everyone, and thanks for having me on this webinar. I'm Florian, based in Hamburg, Germany, and I'm thrilled to be speaking to you today as a partner manager at Meta in the signals and data field. And it's a privilege for me to work alongside many exceptional partners such as Stape. Thanks for having me.
Great. Thank you, guys. So regarding this session outline and what it's going to be about, right? So of course, we will talk about the Conversion API Gateway, what this is, how it can benefit your business. We will talk about business use cases and, of course, top brands who use the solution and what kind of results they already got. We will go through the demonstration on how to set it up step by step. It's really easy, exactly the way we advertise it, so you'll be able to see it yourself. And of course, overview and advantages of server-side Google Tag Manager versus Conversion API Gateway, benefits for agencies, and a lot more. What you'll get from this webinar is, of course, the recording. Actually, each and every person who registered for this webinar, and there were like more than 500 people, will get the webinar recording via email. In addition to that, we will also provide written guides on Conversion API Gateway and Server-Side GTM setup, and we will post a LinkedIn post, like basically recapping everything that we were talking about during the webinar and answering all the questions that we maybe didn't answer or did answer, but we will basically compile a big LinkedIn post just so you don't miss anything. So now, introduction to Conversion API Gateway, and here's where I pass my word to Florian, just so he can tell us more about the solution. Oh, my bad. Should I stop sharing my screen? Yeah, I think I will. So Florian, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. First of all, I'd like to start with why advertising is changing. So let's zoom out for this a bit. On one level, growing privacy expectations are increasingly addressed by laws and regulations such as GDPR in the EU and CCPA in the US. They really vary in their scope and implications for how businesses can use customer data. More personally, people are exercising their choice to opt out of any data collection and connected personalized experiences more. And on another level, digital platforms have introduced and might introduce more features that really limit access to people's data, such as removing shared identifiers like third-party cookies, right? So the outcome is that businesses do not longer have the complete picture of the customer journey. So your business may be trying to reach a shopper who put an item in their cart, but did not complete the purchase. So you may no longer be able to actually re-engage that potential customer. So hence, businesses do not have the ability to understand what drives a specific business outcome. So what actually can be done, right? So Meta here offers the Conversions API. And let's go a bit into the differences between Pixel and Conversions API and what the Conversions API actually is. So when you advertise on Meta platforms, on Meta technology, traditionally this journey relied on web data that used the Meta Pixel, which relied on browser-based technology. The Conversion API here creates a direct connection between your marketing data and the systems that actually help to optimize ad targeting and decrease the cost per action and measure results across Meta technologies. Here you can see this a bit more visualized. The Conversions API allows you to share website events that the Pixel may lose due to network connectivity issues or simple page loading errors. So the Conversions API can also be used to share actually other types of important events and data that occur offline or at a later time, which the pixel cannot. Adopting the Conversions API today is the path to successful data-driven marketing, and the main benefits are on this slide. First, it can help you to improve your ad performance. Secondly, it can help you to improve measurement capabilities. And thirdly, it will give your business a competitive edge in today's really uncertain ecosystem and prepares your business for the future. So it's not a question of if, it's rather a question of when you will need to transition to Conversions API. And the numbers actually speak for themselves. Advertisers with a pixel that set up Conversions API saw a 13% average decrease in cost per result. And larger advertisers in our study that, in addition to the Metapixel, set up the Conversions API, saw 19% additional attributed purchase events that were not visible before. So now we have been talking a bit about the why, but what about the how? On this slide, I want to show you possible integration methods, but also, as mentioned, our great colleagues from Stape will also show you simple and easy path in more detail. So generally, you can consider direct integrations, which allow you to customize your Conversions API setup completely by yourself. While this method is at no cost, other than obviously your internal developer cost, the setup can often take multiple weeks and requires access to your server's database and obviously ongoing maintenance. Secondly, you can consider partner solutions such as CDPs or commerce platforms, which allow you to benefit from support of Meta's Meta business partners. So examples here are Tilium, Shopify, DataHash, Stape, and others. You can actually find the whole selection of Meta business partners in the Meta partner directory on our website. So naturally, the cost and implementation difficulty really varies by partners. And then there is Conversions API Gateway and Gateway for multiple accounts. So these integration paths are fairly new integration methods that connect your Amazon Web Service instance or GCP, Google Cloud Platform, to send your data to Meta. This is very cost efficient and developer resources and support is not required. So this solution can either be agency or advertiser hosted. What does that mean? So the Conversions API Gateway for multiple accounts is a Conversions API Gateway feature that allows businesses to create a single CAPI gateway instance and easily integrate and onboard multiple clients onto Conversions API. Let's go through some data and success cases that we have seen. So generally, our data from 2023 is this, I think, shows that 10% increase in conversions, thanks to the Conversions API, result in an 11% decrease in cost per acquisition. Let me show you some examples here. So actually suited to this great weather, at least today in Hamburg, which is one day of summer, thanks to adopting Conversions API, Ray-Ban reached 36% more people, decreased the cost per 1,000 views by 19%, and also decreased the cost per conversion by 7%, which is fabulous. The global retail chain HEMA from the Netherlands went a step further, and they actually introduced the Conversions API and started to measure offline conversions, with a result of a 386% higher ROAS, 88% decrease in cost per conversion, and 12% incremental in-store purchases. So we also have some more data for fintech and banking and credit card advertisers with a Metapixel who, in addition, implemented Conversions API for web events, saw on average 50% additional conversions. And also there's One interesting client, SumUp, who leveraged Conversions API for CRM, so in a connection to the CRM systems, to optimize for qualified leads instead of purely optimizing for lead volume, achieved a 10% more qualified leads volume and decreased the cost per qualified lead by 15%. Thank you. I hope I was able to show you what the Conversions API is, roughly how you can set it up, and actually why it helps you to grow your business. And I'm happy to pass it over to the great team from Stape, starting with Serge.
Thank you, Florian. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, so basically the hardest part of actually presenting the solution is actually holding back from saying that it will like really drastically change everything, because for some cases it definitely will, but as our great colleagues from Meta, we basically allowed to share some of the like modest results, like 10, 12% increase improvement. But as you could see on Florian's cases, Florian's examples, some of the cases and some of the use cases are really changing the game for the company. So yeah, now about the CAPI gateway demonstration and how to actually set it up. We have only like 4 or 5 steps to it. So we will show you how to create an account on Stape. Obviously, we will show you how to enter your account details, how to sign into your user interface on Conversion API Gateway Hub, and how to add pixels. So the first step is, of course, to sign up for Stape account. And that's super easy to do. Obviously, you just go to stape.io. You go to products, you select Meta Conversion API Gateway Hosting, and you click on Start 7-day free trial. By the way, we have a 7-day free trial for the solution, so you can basically check yourself and see what kind of results you can expect from the solution. So here you can just add your email address, create a name for your CAPI gateway, and of course, sign up for Stape terms of use and select your server location. For step 2, just log into your Stape account. Basically, just create a password, repeat your password, and log in. Here I'll pause for a little bit. So we have basically 2 options when it comes to pricing, when it comes to this solution. So the first one is basically pay as you go. You pay just $10 per month per 1 pixel, and we host that pixel. You can also go with the unlimited plan. It's still called unlimited, even though there are like a certain limit to it, right, already. So it's up to 100 pixels for $100. So basically it means that in case you're an agency and you need to host like 100 pixels for 100 of your clients, you will be spending just $100 per month to basically maintain the entire infrastructure. So here you just select whatever plan works for your case. For this specific demo, we will be going with the unlimited plan, just to show you that you can set up several pixels basically within minutes. So we go with the unlimited plan. And there's also an option to add card later. So we were trying to actually even shorten the time even more of the actual installation, because our customers report that the longest step of the process is actually adding your credit card information. So we just decided to even skip that. So you just click on add card later. And that's it. All you gotta do now is just to click on finish CAPIG setup. So you click on that. And there is step 3, which is create your Conversion API Gateway account. So again, put your email address here, create your password, and retype your password. And now just log into this freshly created account. And now you're in the Conversion API Gateway Hub. All you gotta do now to host the pixel is just to click on Add Data Source. Because, I mean, obviously your pixel will be the data source here. So you click on Add Data Source, click on Get Started, and continue with your Facebook page. Click on Next. Select the right business manager, and inside of business manager, select the right pixel that you want to host. Here you can show customer information parameters to basically control what type of data you want to share with Meta and what not. So in case you need to do some changes here, just basically check or uncheck any of the options and click on Next. And that's it. So you just click on Done. You also need to share the token access with the website and click on Confirm. And within a couple of seconds, the pixel should be basically hosted. And it should say something like data source has been added. Yeah, this is it. Dataset has been added successfully. So we just added one pixel. If we need to add another one for the second client, let's say, all you need to do now is just to click on Add Data Source here. Click add another data source. Click on Get Started. And basically repeat the entire process. Log in as your Facebook page, click on Next, select the right business manager, select the right pixel, check customer information parameters, and yeah, it's basically the same. So you can just keep doing that. In case you have unlimited account, you can do it for 100 pixels. So we're all set with the second pixel. Again, share your token with the website, click on Confirm. As you can see, second data set has been added successfully. If you scroll down a little bit, you will see the event activity. Basically, within some time, you will see that some events were received, some events were published. Here you can basically filter by data sources, look at several data sources simultaneously. So it's a really sophisticated dashboard that we have here. Step 5 is actually an optional step, and I saw a question about that in the Q&A section already. So basically, adding a custom domain allows you to improve measurement performance even more. So for that, you can just click on data routing setting on the left side menu, click Optimize, write down your subdomain and domain names. And please bear in mind that this step will require you to define the DNS settings for the custom domain. So make sure that you can actually do that with your DNS provider before proceeding. So that's basically it for the demonstration flow of how to actually set it up. That's like super easy, develop it, like literally requires no developer resource. That's why it's a great solution for agencies. And speaking how it looks like in the network tab, I mean, I wish I could understand at least anything from here, but I think I would just better pass the word to Dennis so he can basically elaborate more than me.
Yeah, as you can see on this screenshot, fbevents.js loaded when your Facebook pixel loaded on the page. This Facebook JS file is modified after you connected your pixel to CAPI gateway. Second request shows that your configuration of this pixel loaded from Meta servers. Inside this configuration file, there is a directive to send requests to your connected CAPI gateway. In our case, this is Stape doc domain. And you can see on down on the screenshot near number 3, there will go two requests. One request will go to your CAPI gateway, and another request will go to Facebook directly. That's very similar to what you will see with other solutions. So one request send it directly, one through through your servers. And in this example, you can see Stape dog, but this domain can be completely modified inside CAPI gateway. So you should put there your domain when you set up CAPI gateway. That's it.
Yeah. So basically, as easy as that. That's how it works under the hood, basically, right? So let's move forward to the overview and advantages of the server-side Google Tag Manager. I mean, probably the majority of the audience who watches us already knows this flow of how everything works, right? So basically, the website user does something on the website. That data, that action is basically captured on the client side and then passed to the cloud server. So then it can be passed to various analytics software using tags, using whatever logic you want to basically attribute to your setup. For the main benefits of the server-side GTM, we can, of course, mention the full control. The SGTM allows you to decide exactly which parameters will be sent and in which format. Data enrichment inside of the SGTM container, you can actually enrich data, you can anonymize data, you can do almost whatever you want with that data before sending it further, right? Of course, it's an improved website page load time. So that's a really important metric that probably all of the websites are trying to improve at all times. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely go to server-side GTM and the page load time should become a lot better. And of course, it's one tool for everything. So you can use SGTM for GA4, Google Ads, Meta, and a lot more. So basically, this server container is not locked. Well, locked maybe not the right word, right? So it's not just limited to sending data just to Meta. You can send data to whatever you want from the container. So now, if we compare the two and what to use and when for optimal results, we really need to mention that both Meta Conversion API Gateway and Server-Side GTM can both be used for implementing Conversion API. And this is how you implement it through SGTM. So basically, everything is relatively easy, right? So there is client-side environment, there is server-side environment. You are passing the data from the client side to the server side, and then using GA4 client and using the appropriate tags, you are sending that data to appropriate analytic platforms, analytic software. And here is, on the other hand, how the Conversion API Gateway integration works. So it relies on the data that's basically collected by the pixel that's implemented on the website. And then that data goes to Conversion API Gateway, which, as Florian mentioned previously, there is currently 3 vendors who basically provide hosting for that. That's AWS, Stape, and Google Cloud. And from there, the data basically goes directly to Metapixel endpoint and Conversion API endpoint. So when do we use Conversion API Gateway instead of server-side GTM? As you might have noticed during the presentation, Conversion API Gateway is it's a far easier way to actually set up Conversion API. So in case you're not sending the web events using the Conversion API yet, definitely try Conversion API Gateway. If you're already using the Metapixel, nothing is stopping you from trying the Conversion API Gateway to see what the results will be. In case you're not working with an e-commerce partner such as Shopify, WooCommerce, and BigCommerce, and of course, if you have IT resources but not enough developer time for other Conversion API paths for integration. So as you saw during the implementation demonstration, it's super easy. It takes literally like 5 minutes of your time to set up an account from scratch and host the pixel for your client. Now, when it comes to benefits, right? Some of the benefits were already, of course, mentioned during the presentation, but here is what I was talking about, right? So the average cost per result improvement is 13%, even though that's really different from client to client. This is basically the data that we can officially share, not to overpromise anything, right? And of course, there is 7% increase in number of conversions measured after the implementation of Conversion API. For the obvious benefits, we can just recap that. It's of course speed. It just brings down to a couple of minutes of your time to set it all up. It's really cost efficient and it finds its audience everywhere. Basically, if you're just the business owner, if you own the website, just go with pay as you go option, pay $10 per month, and basically you have a lot better results. In case you're an agency, go with the $100 option. So like support 100 of your clients paying just $100 per month. To me, that also sounds like a great deal. The solution can also be used everywhere, right? Whenever you can implement Pixel on the website, it can be used there. And of course, it's a low maintenance cost. To be more precise, it's like zero maintenance cost, right? Because it's all maintained and supported by Stape and Meta for you.